Hi, welcome to my channel. This is the Mental Wellness channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope that you stick around and take a listen to what I have to share. Today, I want to talk about when it is time to get hospitalized, when it is time to go to the psychiatric ward. Before I get into that, kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Be part of the Mental Wellness channel. In sobriety, I have been hospitalized 3 times. And when I talk about hospitalization, I mean I have been to the psychiatric ward 3 times. Stone cold sober because I was having suicidal thoughts. If I didn't have that type of intervention, I don't know if I would be here talking to you guys. Mental illness is extremely severe. The type of mental illness that I have, bipolar type 2, that depression is something to behold. It is quite stunning. It can take your breath away. If you have experienced that kind of depression, if you have bipolar type 2, you know the type of depression I'm talking about. I mean, it is horrific. When you get to the point where you're having to talk yourself out of not killing yourself every 3 seconds. That is the point in time in which you need to go to the psych ward. And I've been there 3 good times. And going to the psych ward is the best thing that could have happened to me. If you need help, if you are struggling with depression, especially if you are struggling with suicidal thoughts and ideation, meaning you are contemplating ways to kill yourself. You have a plan as to how to kill yourself. You are Googling ways as to how to kill yourself, methods, and you are getting some sort of relief in the plan that you're going to execute because you know you won't be here for much longer. You need immediate hospitalization. You need to go to the hospital immediately. If not that, you need to tell someone close to you, someone trusted, what you are thinking about doing so that they can intervene and they can take you to hospital. Because what is happening right now is a chemical imbalance in your brain. Your brain is sick right now and your software is attacking you. Your software is not working right now. Your software is not well. And where do we go to recuperate our software? The psych ward. I am very serious. Back in the day, it used to be called the mental asylum. Now it's the psychiatric ward, whatever it's called. Go into the psychiatric ward and be held there for as long as it takes for you to be stabilized through medication. And trust me, when you leave, you will be so grateful. You will be so grateful. What happens is that psych wards and having a mental illness is just so heavily stigmatized. A lot of people look at it like, you're just a Looney Tunes. You're going to the loony bin and all sorts of things. But it's really not true. Having a mental illness is having something like diabetes. I didn't ask to have bipolar type 2 depression, but I have it. And here we are. I take antidepressants every day and I take mood stabilizers every day. Certain times in a year, I will get depressive episodes. And sometimes those depressive episodes are just so bad and so severe that I will end up wanting to take my own life. When that happens, I'll tell my doctor, I'll tell my parents, I'll tell a trusted friend, I'll tell my sponsor in the 12-step program, and those people will be able to help me and intervene and get me into psychiatric care, meaning the ward in which I will be placed into hospital, given injections because I probably haven't slept for a couple of nights, probably haven't been eating well, give injections, so I'm given injections to sleep, and that's probably the first time in a very long time that I feel relief. When you are in a suicide-proof place, you finally feel like you're able to breathe. And that is in a psychiatric ward. When I'm out here in the world with a brain that is not functioning well, with a brain that is very sick and is telling me every 3 seconds I should kill myself, not because I want to, it's just not well. I am literally looking for ways to do it. I'm looking for 1,000 ways to die. Crossing the street is not that easy anymore. I might just linger on the middle of the road for too long. Don't even take me to a skyscraper. Don't take me to tall buildings. Don't take me to a height. I might not leave that building the way I came. Everything just becomes, I want to end this, I want to end this, I want to end this. That is not healthy, normal thinking. When you haven't slept for a couple of days, when you're not eating right, you're probably having a nervous breakdown or a depressive episode. Combine all of this with suicidal thoughts and ideation, it's time to go into the psychiatric ward immediately so that you can be stabilized with medication, so that you can regain your sleep patterns, so that everything can calm down. Once the thoughts and the ideation and the voices leave, you'll be discharged from hospital. And that's what happens for me. Every time the thoughts and the ideation left, then I was able to be discharged from hospital. But we definitely had to relook at my medication, definitely had to go up on some dosage, definitely had to stop taking some medications and start taking other medications. So you need to work closely with your psychiatrist. But checking into a mental institution, checking into a psychiatric ward has nothing to do with your moral standing, your social standing in society. It has nothing to do with you as a person. It literally just means your brain is not well. And the psychiatric ward is a place for your brain to be stabilized and to work better. So leave alone the stigma of the loony bin tune and the loony bin and all that nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. If you need to go to a psychiatric ward, that is okay. Go get well. Don't talk yourself out of going to hospital. Do not talk yourself out of going to the psychiatric ward. I'm telling you, if you have the symptoms of sleepless nights, restlessness, your thoughts are all over the place, you can't control your thinking, extremely impulsive behavior, you're not eating, at least you're not eating well, you're extremely erratic, and on top of all of that, you're having thoughts of suicide, it is time to go to the psychiatric ward. Turn yourself in, take yourself there. It is okay. I have done it, you can do it. I have started a Patreon, so please, I do things more casually over there. If you're interested in my Patreon, kindly find that in the description box. The link to my Patreon in the description box. Until the next video, guys. See you, but like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.